How's it going? Thought I'd take an opportunity to show some details of my new hammock stuff sack, Black Bishop style bag that I finished constructing yesterday, and show some of the construction details of it in case you're thinking about doing a project like this yourself. Inside I've got my carabiners, I'll talk about those later. My polyester webbing straps with Dutch hooks. There's a Dutch hook. And my homemade hammock. It's I think 1.1 ounce sil nylon. Oh, sorry, not sil nylon. 1.1 ounce ripstop nylon. And can't hang it up on the couch, so we'll look at that in a little bit. So here's the bag. And this is just ripstop nylon that I bought at Joann Fabrics. It was on the sale rack. I bought a couple of yards of it for $5 maybe. It's a, I don't know, I started with maybe about a foot long, I didn't measure any of this stuff real accurately, strip. And then it's about 16 inches of width. And then at the bottom, I took a 4-inch square piece and just sewed that to the 16-inch strip, and I made it so that the seam where the 16-inch part joined and kind of became a tube was on the middle of one of the square sides. I don't know if you can see there. So I used a regular sewing machine. It's an old Kenmore machine. It's probably 30 years old. It's my wife's. Used a surge setting for all of the inside parts to try to keep it from fraying. This material frays really badly. And then I took a lighter and singed anything that was already frayed and tried to get all that out of under control preemptively. The draw cord, I sewed a reinforcement made out of a piece of webbing strap that I had from an old bag. I don't even know what it's from. I just cut off a piece. Sewed that on. The draw cord itself is called Zing-It line. It's maybe I think it's got like 1,000-pound breaking strength, and it's obviously overkill for this purpose. But I wanted to be able to tuck in the ends. And this line is a hollow braided line, and you can tuck the ends in on itself. It just looks cleaner that way. I made a mistake really and should have put a bead here. The cord lock now could just come right off if I am not careful. So the cord is just captured in, I just sewed a simple hem and then folded that over after I inserted the cord through the reinforcement here, and I just made a hole with a hot needle and kind of burned that to try to keep it from fraying anymore. So, and that's basically the construction. Oh yeah, so what makes this, as I understand it, a Black Bishop style bag is I've got a hole here in the end, and the suspension for the hammock passes through the hole, and because of that, once I hang my hammock up, the bag stays attached to the hammock, so I won't lose my bag, hopefully. So maybe we should see this actually hanging from a tree. Well, as you can no doubt tell by the parking lot, the baseball fields, I've moved into my backyard. Just wanted to get this detail again of the wow. My car is wet and I just put my bag on it. The opening in the bottom for the suspension to pass through. I use Amsteel line for my suspension in a whoopee sling configuration, and I'm not going to get into that right now, but if you Google whoopee sling, it's not nearly as sexy as it sounds. I reinforced the bottom here for the grommet with another piece of that webbing strap from an unknown bag. I just cut off a couple pieces and singed all the edges so it wouldn't fray, sandwiched it so there's another one just like this on the inside, and sandwiched the nylon in between that, sewed a couple of rows around it, and then put the grommet through that, so that way the grommet won't tear through the nylon. I've played around with the grommets on just the nylon, and it seems to tear through too easily. So let's hang this thing up in a tree and see how it works.